Nico, how do you kind of describe what this team is going through right now? Because it's not just this game; it's a stretch here.
Yeah, it's very frustrating. You're not scoring goals. It's no secret, obviously. If you're not scoring goals, you can win hockey games, and it's probably too much in our head right now. Somehow we just gotta find to blend that out and eventually go in. But it's very, very frustrating right now.
How, is this maybe one of the most frustrated you've felt as a group, you think?
Yeah, I mean, kind of. I think we never really were struggling for too long to not score goals. And, yeah, we definitely going through a stretch where we're not scoring. And today again, we have chances and very good chances, and somehow they just don't go in. And sometimes, yeah, hard to explain what's wrong.
What do you maybe say to this group about where you guys are right now in the course of the season and what needs to happen going forward as the leader of this group?
We got to find the right mindset. I think that's the most important thing. Obviously, some confidences are not very high, but you got to battle through that. There's other ways to win games, but yeah, you have to score goals. But we can't have that in our head going into a game. I think it's counterproductive. So we just have to we need to have the right mindset right now going through that stretch.
Do you think part of that also is just if the other team does get that first goal, do you sense something in the group just knowing that you guys haven't been able to?
Yeah, I mean, yes and no. Obviously, sometimes it happens. Like, there's still lots of hockey left. I mean, we're still. I mean, at the end, it's 4-0, but it was long 1-0, 2-0, and they got 2 power play goals, which hurt us. Obviously, we had some great chances in power play, didn't convert, and that's the game right there. And that's where we gotta be better.
That moment with Matthew Nyes just sort of off of that face-off. At first, it looked like he pushed you, and then the refs came over, and then did he just what? What was that moment for you like?
It was just happens in the game. I think I was in that situation. Like, he's asking me to go, and I don't really want to back down, so I said yes, and obviously tried to give the team a little spark there, and yeah. But that's kind of what my thought process was.
Thanks, Nico. Dillon, you've been here quite a bit over the last couple of weeks. How do you kind of explain where this group is at right now, maybe mentally?
Probably, as you can imagine, not happy, frustrated. It just seems we're not able to capitalize on that chance or opportunity, and then in turn, certain bounces aren't going our way the other way. Markey had an incredible game tonight, gave us a chance. Frustrating against special teams, kind of gets them going and gives their team a little bit of life. Yeah, we just got to realize it's not just gonna happen. We're gonna have to work our way out of it, and just earn a win to kind of get the snowball going in the right direction.
When you say work your way out of it, obviously you guys are working hard every day. You're working hard in these games, but what does that kind of mean? Like, what is that extra tilt you're talking about? Or is it just
I think,
flow of the game?
yeah. I mean, we all care. We're all pissed off. It's not just we lost. All right, let's pack up our gear and go. It's I think whatever your role is on the team. When you look in the mirror, what did I do my job tonight? If you're a checker, check. If you're a shooter, shoot. If you're, a physical player, lead by that. If you're a, goal scorer, go to the dirty areas to get a rebound, get something go off you. I think all of us on this team, we've shown this year, we can win hockey games. We can play tight hockey games. But I think we've all just got to kind of simplify to what makes us successful individually, which in turn, will ultimately help the team.
Knowing as like a collective, like this team has had some trouble scoring recently, do you ever feel a sense that like when the other team does get that first goal, does something happen to your group at all? Like, I know you guys all believe in each other, but just given the track record over the last couple of games.
Yeah, I mean, goals have been extremely hard to come by for our group. Lately, especially in the last, 10, 15 games, like, I think maybe that's a maturity thing for us. If they get up one, to not just all of a sudden panic and turn pucks over or change the game plan. I think that's looking at the teams that have been kind of the top end of the league, the Floridas, the Carolinas. I mean, they don't change. They do the same thing for 60 minutes, up a goal, down a goal. I think that's something for our group. We just gotta understand to get bounces. You got to earn them. You got to work for them. You got to earn power plays, make the other team defend to be able to, in turn take that hooking or whatever penalty, and then ultimately make good on the power play. But we had some good looks tonight. They were snapping around. Just gotta find that extra, get it across the goal line.
And then you have your captain who kind of steps up in a moment. You were just talking to him, saying, he needed to do something, he needed to spark something. When you see someone like that who doesn't do that normally,
unbelievable job. It's the reason why he's our leader. It's the reason why he's got a C on his jersey. I think that's on our group. The next shift is so important. Like, the next shift is absolutely vital to, he does that against a much bigger guy, stands up for himself, stands up for our group, for the Devils as a whole, and to let that, next shift again get even more momentum is really the most frustrating thing out of that whole sequence. But great for Nico. Unbelievable job. A guy stepping outside of his comfort zone to, again, basically just do whatever it takes to try and win and try and get this thing going in the right direction.
Thank you, Dilly.
I'm just sort of curious what your message is to the team after a game like this. You could definitely see the emotions coming out in that third period. Had so many offensive opportunities. Just once again, the goals aren't going in.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't talk to the team after the game. Talked to them in the morning, but it's more of the same. We got to find ways to get some pucks to fall in for us. We got to execute better in the chances that we do get. I mean, we had some really clean looks and really good spots. We either missed the net or hit the goaltender in the chest. So that's kind of the way it's been going. And on the flip side, they get a couple power play goals, and they get the third goal. It's probably going 3 feet wide and hits off Siegs and goes in their own net. So it's just kind of the way it's going. So we got to keep working and find our way out of it. But it's no use in feeling sorry for ourselves. We played a fine enough game, but 2 on the penalty kill. Power play doesn't get it over the line, and nothing to show at 5-on-5 for the chances that we had and the puck time that we had. So you lose.
Well, Sheldon, just in a situation like this, it just seems like your team's really been being tested here. There being a lot of gut check in these moments. How important is it to see emotional moments from the guys and not get down on themselves? Like, Markey had a great game and he has a couple bad bounces going. So, when you talk to the guys tomorrow, just how important is that they just stay focused?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's no different than what we've been going through. And we kind of went through this, we went through this cycle before. Found our way back and won 4 out of 6, and then now this is 2 coming out of the break, and 2 in which we played good enough to win the games, quite honestly. But it's not going our way. So we gotta stay with it. We gotta keep the group positive. The group's got to keep believing, but the guys have also got to they got to work harder. They got to work smarter, and they got to finish their chances.
Talk about some of those moments. Obviously, when Nico drops the gloves there with Nyes, that's a big moment, even though you were down 3-0 at that point. Maybe a little bit disappointed with the response shift from your
Yeah, it's 2-0 at that point.
Sorry, 2-0,
but listen, I mean, do I want our captain and one of our best players fighting when we're down 2-0 in the third period? Absolutely not. But do we need some guys to step up and show some emotion and show some balls and play with some urgency and competitiveness and step out of character? Yeah, we need more of that. So to that end, I like it. I like that Nico did it, and hopefully it rubs off on the rest of the group in a positive way. I didn't think that it did in that moment. But, you want to talk about gut checks. There's one of the captains out there taking on a big guy, stepping out of character. We'll see what we have with our group, but we need more guys that are going to show a little bit more. If you're not going to score, give us a little bit more competitively and physically and show that you're working to find your way. There's not enough of that. We're just kind of going about our business.
You talk about going about your business. Like, is it maybe disappointing is not the right word, but just like the shift after that, right? Like where Nico's in the box, you guys let up that goal, right? Like,
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the guy shot it. It was going 3 feet wide.
Yeah.
It goes off of us and in the net. But I mean, yeah, we could have handled the breakout part of it better. But like I said, if it doesn't hit Siegs, it goes into the corner. And I don't know, maybe we break it out, and maybe it goes down the other way, and something good happens. Who knows? So you can overreact to situations like that. But just physically and competitively, I didn't think we met the moment, in response to our captain stepping up like that.